talk to us about the land grabbing that we know is going on.
Yeah, my husband is always looking to buy land. I mean, it's like his dream is to own land. And I think that's a very Palestinian sentiment that for me, I don't really understand. I look at the land and I think, okay, it's amazing, and it's your history, it's your genealogy, and it's our children's right and responsibility to connect to that land. But it's so turbulent and it's so uncertain, and so many people have lost their land to Israeli theft and land grabs. I mean, we're just talking about incredible amounts of land, and land is valuable here. I mean, in the Ramallah area, not even the city center, I mean, the outskirts where it's still agricultural, you can be paying $80,000 for a quarter acre. And that's like probably a low number from a year ago.
And are these stolen land? Are these originally Palestinian lands? And who is selling them? Is it the state, Israel,
these are
or the settlers?
No, I'm talking about in the Ramallah area, it's Palestinian-owned lands. But you have Palestinian-owned lands in other places where, I mean, every settlement basically is on stolen land, even if they were able to buy parts of it from different families. You know, it's majority stolen land, and they expand like cancer. I mean, there's really no other analogy here. The Israeli settlements are always on hilltops 100% of the time. Okay.
Is that for security reasons or to just sort of power? Is that for both power and security?
Both, for sure. Both. And also for resources, right? Water aquifers in the mountains are huge resources. Right. And there's two major aquifers that exist in the occupied part of Palestine that we call the West Bank. And there are huge illegal Israeli settlements on top of both of those major aquifers, and all of that water is Israeli property. Did you know that you cannot harvest your rainwater here because Israel says rainwater is the property of the state of Israel? That's insane. And they apply that to all occupied areas as well as their state. And that's how traditionally Palestinians have harvested water for summer agriculture and summer use for generations. I mean, it's an ancient tradition. So the land is incredibly valuable, especially because after the Oslo Accords in the 90s, when the Israelis divided the West Bank into areas A, area B, and area C. Area A is the 5 city centers, and those were given to the PA and said, okay, you have control here. Area B was almost all of the villages, and the Israelis said, okay, you have civil control, but we'll have security control, meaning that the military actually goes in and is in charge of things, and no police presence is allowed from the PA. And then Area C is basically all of Palestinian agricultural land. And this is all fully under the Israeli military. So when we pay taxes on our land, when we register buying a piece of land, we are forced to go to the Israeli civil administration, which is all Israeli soldiers, and register or pay there to have land that is Palestinian land in Palestine. And the area C, the agricultural area, is where they tend to claim security. I mean, it's such an easy wild card, right? To always just use, nobody can question it. And that's what the entire Jordan Valley is. I mean, that's like the most fertile land, and that's all under Israeli control. And every greenhouse there is an Israeli settler, and it's basically annexed. Indeed. And it's because it's so fertile. All of the agricultural land has just been stolen and taken by them.